Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and this is Fallout 3, Kill Everything, and today we are dealing with some of the survivors that so far we have left untouched. And we're starting off here in Vault 108, and we've got Gary to deal with, then Gary, then a few more, and so on and so on. Anyway, yes, Vault 108. A vault I find very, very odd indeed. I'm going to be perfectly honest here. I find Vault 108 really, really weird. Because, you know, all the vaults have, like, dystopian stories. Aside from the ones that were control vaults, which are kind of were set up just to, like, to see how people reacted normally underground for hundreds of years in a sealed society when they weren't being tormented. Most of them had some sort of terrible psychological test attached to them. You know, people were in some way manipulated into, you know, they were fed nothing but rice pudding to see what effect rice pudding would have on people in isolation, that sort of thing. Vault-Tec basically really just enjoying doing the prisoner experiment on a grand scale. But Vault 108 answered a very strange question. Or rather, it basically asked a very interesting, unusual question. Hello, yeah, you're dead. Vault 108 also asked one of those questions. As you might expect, Vault 108 had a question, obviously. And the question of Vault 108 was as follows. We're going to set up an overseer in the vault who is got a terminal illness and will die relatively soon in the future. Okay? So there's going to be a power vacuum. And we're also going to give the people in the armory, there's going to be 3 times as many weapons as usual. So basically they were sowing the seeds, presumably, for a civil war, to see what people who had access to weapons and were existed in a situation where the authority figure died, what they would do. So that is an interesting question. The answer, however, that the game decided to give was rather odd. I'm going to be honest, it was odd. And the answer is that the Vault decided to repeatedly clone a bloke called Gary. I don't know if you know there was anyone still floating around in Vault-Tec to actually be keeping an eye on what was going on in all the Vault experiments, but one cannot help but suspect that if anyone was, when they came to ask the question, so how did the Vault where we let the Overseer die and then gave them lots of guns turn out? And the answer was apparently, well, they kept cloning a bloke called Gary. Not sure what that really tells us about human nature, to be honest. Hello. I think you'll notice that Jack is, taking care of the Garys pretty damn quickly. Jack has nothing to fear from the Garys. Jack is insane. You can also see, obviously, critical hits do pop up, because the raised critical rate is amazing on this weapon, because this weapon working like this means it hits lots of times a second, so you get a lot of criticals in very rapid succession. Oh, hello. Hello, Gary. Hello, Gary number 47. Ooh, the Mr. 47 of Gary's. No wonder he had a gun. Also, I love that we're here in the cloning lab, and the only real scientific equipment we found so far is this kind of little thing, this kind of this little chemistry set, as if ooh. Oi, Gary. Bye, Gary 36. You suck. Yeah, it is basically, okay, so we take the Gary and we put a drop of that into human, and then we just put it on the Bunsen burner for 5 minutes and we've got a Gary. Alright, Mr. Gary 47. I was about to do a joke about how he needs a barcode in the back of his head that I had to cut in the back of his head, but I've already destroyed his head, so, you know, that joke didn't work. Gary 1! Hell yeah. Oh yeah, you die in vats, Gary 1. You are the original Gary. Wait, does Gary 1 mean the original Gary or the original clone? I don't know. This is presumably the very first clone given. I tell you what, if I was being cloned, they said, alright, so you're now John 1. I'd be more than a little bit annoyed, I'm gonna be honest. I think my first response would be, no, I'm John, and he's John Clone 1. Or John 2. I'm just John. I don't lose the right to be John just by virtue of the fact that we've cloned me. And incidentally, it would be great if we could clone me, because it would mean I could put out more videos. Oh, wait, that's Gary 43. We've already killed Gary 43. I don't think we'd killed Gary 43. Also, wait, we found Gary 41 and Gary 43. Oh, those Garys both suck. Like, if you were Gary 41 and 43, you'd think, oh, damn it, I came so close to being the Gary that's the answer to everything. But no, you're the Gary who's one less than the Gary who's the answer to everything. I mean, I shouldn't be mean. Of course, every Gary is the answer to everything. All Garys are the answer to everything. Oh, what the hell was that? I really hope this shows up on the recording, but there was nothing there, and then I hit that... Then I hit that trolley with a thing, and then there was things. Then there were trash bins that there weren't before. That was weird. So I'm mainly visiting this vault because I know for a fact there's a lot of people that really love Gary and the whole mythos around Gary. I know a lot. Yeah, Gary just seems to be a firmly fan favorite character. I've never quite understood Vault 108. I don't. Oh, Gary, come back, Gary 33. You're a coward. And that's Gary 27. He didn't turn out well. Oi! I mean, I'll come through this vault because I do want to obviously clear out all the named characters. And all these characters are most certainly named. They're all named Gary, in fact. But yeah, I've been over, like, all of the lore of this place. I even checked the Fallout wiki just to make sure I wasn't missing anything. Oh, that was Gary 42! You, sir! You, sir, are the Gary who solves everything. You are the Gary who is the answer to everything. I have also killed you, but, you know. Take solace, man. But yeah, I went through the, you know, I've been through all the lore of this place. I even checked on the Fallout wiki to make sure I wasn't missing any, like, any audio tapes or anything, and there just isn't really any explanation for what happened in this vault. The Overseer was set up to die, and presumably did, because in this universe there doesn't seem to be any particular, doesn't seem to be any answer to, doesn't seem to be an answer to cancer. And yeah, then they just started cloning a bloke called Gary, and I don't know why. I just don't know why. But also there is, incidentally, the bobblehead charisma, which is worth having in here. So yeah, I've just also been doing a bit of bobblehead catching up, showing you where some of the more important bobbleheads are during this particular episode. So yeah, there we are. I think that's all. Oh, this is another place where they made all the Garys. There we are. Bit of Gary, put it into the human. Do we need any human speech aside from the word Gary? No. I don't get it. Why? Why would there be clones of Gary? Why did they clone Gary? Why would that be the thing that they would do? Especially as it also says in the lore that the Garys got angrier and angrier. They were constantly getting more aggressive. These were not benevolent Garys. These were angry Garys. And every single time he was cloned, the new clone was even angrier and more aggressive towards everything that wasn't a Gary. Yet they kept doing this. They did this like 50 times. Why? Why on earth why, when you have a cloning program that does nothing but produces people who increasingly are hostile to everything that's not a clone, would you keep cloning 50 times? I just find it baffling, and I don't understand. Ooh, look, Gary 17, lucky Gary 17. But I just don't understand it. I don't understand what's supposed to have happened in this vault. I think it might be. Is it a joke I'm missing or something? I mean, I find it kind of amusing, but I just don't understand why. I just don't understand why there are nothing but Garys. Now, just a couple more places I want to visit before I think we are done clearing out the normal wasteland. And one of those is Agatha's house. Agatha, we haven't really visited yet. Here's Agatha. And Agatha's thing is, well, I'll let her explain. Agatha, get up and explain your thing.
I offer something in the way of entertainment. I play songs on my homemade violin and people trade me goods. If not in person, I use my husband's old radio set. The men in the caravan say it keeps their morale up on lonely nights in the wasteland.
So that's Agatha, and her thing is, as you hear, that she, in order to keep morale up, plays songs over the radio that apparently everyone can hear. So that is interesting, but unfortunately she was saying it was giving people morale, it was making people happy. So let's just sit down here, have a tinker ourselves. There we are, that's that on. Good afternoon, survivors in the wasteland. I'm Evil Jon. This is Many a True Nerd post-apocalyptic edition, and this is a special announcement. I have been told that some of you have been receiving comfort from the noises coming from this radio station because you have been enjoying the sound of violin. Well, today I would like to play you a new noise. I hope that hurt some of your ears, but in the meantime, I've got a new noise for you. Can you guess what this noise is, ladies and gentlemen? There we are, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the end of Many a True Agatha. Next time on Many a True Agatha, I'm coming for you. Good night, Wasteland. Now, sadly, by doing that, I have lost one thing, and that is the Black Hawk revolver, a unique variant of the .44 revolver that I can no longer get. Fortunately, I already have Paulson's revolver, which is also a .44mm revolver, but is, to my mind, much better, so I don't really care about the Black Hawk. So, there we go. That's Agatha dealt with. Next up, obviously, we have to now deal with the House of Representative Congress. I don't actually know what this building is or does. I think it's like... This is like your House of Commons. We've got the House of Commons, the House of Lords, the lower and the... Oi, who is that? Ooh, Enclave. Oh, that's a terrible idea for you. That's a terrible idea. Vengeance! Vengeance! Vengeance, all of you! Nice thing about coming to the House of Representative Congress Senators after you've dealt with... After the Enclave exists on the map is... They've got this lovely vertibird, which is right here. But you can't steal it. Which always struck me as the biggest, saddest thing in the world ever. That you can't just kind of steal this and take it for a little joyride. Instead, apparently, you're just supposed to destroy it. Which is a terrible shame. Because how much fun could I have with an armoured gunship thing? But never mind. That's what we're supposed to do. That's what we're supposed to do. There we are, starting to be on fire. Fire's breaking out. There we go, and it explodes. Lovely. It's a cool little thing, just a cool little thing I wanted to show off. That I think that is the only functioning landed vertibird you can encounter in Fallout 3. Because I think, the other ones that are actually used, they drop in troops and then fly off again. You can never actually just kind of approach them and, like, be near close by to them, so I don't know. I thought it was a nice touch. Anyway, into the House of Senate. I wish this was just a joke, by the way, but I have actually no clue what this building is for. I just do not know. What I do know is that you stumble across a fight between Talon Company and mutants. And that works out badly for Talon Company, because at this stage in the game, the super mutants have leveled up to terrifying Overlord style levels, and Talon Company, there's no such thing as a Talon Overlord, so those guys don't really have much they can do. There we are. We want no targeting information and activate the turret system. There we are. Unlike the naked one in Evergreen Mills, this one has its like backpack with all its stuff, which is good because it means it leaves less loot. Now I just need to back off because it can't come through this door. So this is the cheaty way to deal with it. But obviously I want to go in there and finish it off man to man. Oh! Punched him in the knee, and down Goliath goes. And if you go down the stairs through the room with that giant super mutant, more Talon Company mercs, but this time they are in the Hall of Columns. Again, we're dealing with an area of no idea who that bloke is. We're dealing with a kind of area of history I know nothing about here. We are dealing with an area of history I am completely clueless on. I honestly have no idea if that's a real person or if that's supposed to be alternate Fallout history. I'm sorry, America, I'm messing up, I'm ruining your history, and I have no idea what's real and what's not. I honestly have no clue. I also have no idea if there's a real Hall of Columns. I mean, I'm generally slightly confused as to the circumstances anyone would have said, yes, let's build a Hall of Columns. When Abraham Lincoln and George Washington were chilling out at the beginning of America, they're just having tea the day they decided, yes, America, that'd be a good idea. They just said, we need to find something that represents freedom from British oppression and no taxation without representation, and how do we represent that in terms of architecture? And then Thomas Jefferson bursts in late, bit out of breath. Guys, I've got it. Columns. Columns sums up America. It's all about columns. And everyone was a bit embarrassed because Thomas Jefferson was born a bit special. So, you know what? They decided not to make a fuss. They decided to run with it. And then eventually we get to this room, which again, I feel like I've seen this room on TV. Is this like where your Senate sits or something? Or do they sit in a different place? I like the fact that this says lying congressional style is on the table here. And a pile of money. There's a pile of money and a lying congressional, which makes me think possibly this is where Congress is, because lying congressional style. Maybe this is where your Congress... I don't know what your Congress is. This is... Just put it in English. Can you not just call it the House of Commons and the House of Lords? Because you've got a Senate, and you've got a House of Representatives, and you've got other stuff. So, yeah, Congress, Senate, House of Representatives. What does all this do? You're always saying how you hate big spending. It sounds like you've got way too many politicians. Get rid of most of them. And just one more place I want to do today. The Our Lady of Hope Hospital for what I believe is the final quest I haven't got round to yet. The final quest in the main game I could still do, but haven't yet. And obviously this is also a great place to go looting for medical supplies. It's magnificent for that. But you know what? I said I was going to show off how good Jack was. And I think I'm going to do that by clearing out this first little bit of the Our Lady of Hope something or other, using just Jack to show you just how insane it is. So, hello, brute. Dead. Yep, that's the plan. We're just going to run around in, like, you know, we'll even do it in just third person. It'll be fine. So we'll just go around. We'll pick up all of the medical supplies that float around these areas, which is loads. Top up all my stim pack supplies, as well as basically jacking anything that gets in my... Don't use jacking. I'm pretty sure jacking is a euphemism. Never mind. Never mind. Pretend I didn't just say that. Hello, super mutants. And brute. Dead. Super mutant. Dead. Brute. Dead. Anyone else in this room? I'm in caution, so someone's a bit concerned about me, but not too much. They were okay for the second. Alright, moving onwards then. Moving swiftly onwards. Centaur, dead. Centaur, dead. Super mutant, dead. Just nothing can stand up to this thing. Now, my character's not particularly well spec'd out for it, but this is even a really good way of dealing with super mutant overlords. I'm not kidding. Super mutant overlords can't really stand up to this thing. If you've got very high luck, and thus your critical rate is through the roof, then this is an amazingly good way to actually deal with those guys. Time to die, says someone. Yeah, that's right. You really want to be involved in a melee fight with me. Hello, super mutants. Dead. Dead. Dead and in pieces. Doesn't stand a chance. Nobody. Super mutant master. Here we go. Here's a good task. Dead. That's a super mutant master dead. Done. We're now pretty much powerful enough to just run around, just, yeah, basically stabbing everything to death very, very quickly. Hello, brute. Yeah, you cannot do a thing to me. Here we are, a super mutant overlord. I can now prove the point to you. Okay, let's just go up to him. And look at his health going down. Look at that. That was an overlord. That was an overlord that went down. And I was unlucky because this didn't get the gun out of his hands. Plenty of the time, this will knock guns out of hands, too. The fact that this, yeah, it's just gun. Oh, it's called it a gun. It's not even a gun. Yeah, you're in too many pieces. As are you. Not anymore, though. Hello, Super Mutant Master. Yeah, you should just see what I just did to an Overlord. Yep, bad for you. Oh, another Overlord. Now this time I'm going to try. Yep, the gun's gone out of his hands. But he can't get to it anymore because I can just literally basically shoulder barge him into not being able to move. So, yeah. Brilliant. That's an Overlord with a Gatling laser. That's not to be sniffed at. Right, run. Wow, this is the worst aiming I've ever seen. This is almost impressively bad. You can't go that way anyway. Well done, me. Oh, now he's figured it out. Now he's figured it out. And after all of that, we finally flipping get to where we actually wanted to go.
Get your ass over here before you attract every super mutant in the building.
I've kind of killed them all.
I'm the team medic. It's good to see a friendly face.
You're not good at reading faces.
Okay, now.
So apparently I've just started the quest for Riley's Rangers. And my objective is to find a fishing battery, which is certainly one way I could do this, yes. Hello, Brick. I'm now hostile to Riley's Rangers. I know. Wow, are you guys just running away? Ah, there we go. Dead Rangers. Wait, oh god damn it, which bits are them? Now, I'm not going to use it, but it is worth drawing attention to the Ranger Battle Armour, because it's very interesting armour, insofar as you get some extra AP, you get some extra action points, some extra luck, which is fascinating, and plus 10 small guns. Very often I will end up using Ranger Battle Armour as a, kind of one of my main armours in the game. I use it for ages. It's often why I do this quest quite early, because it's really good armour. Okay, I found various bits of Butcher. Where's the other guy? Didn't he leave here? Somewhere? Where the heck is he? Where is his body? Donovan! I saw a bit of Donovan. That's Donovan. Donovan's wrench. I'll have that as it doesn't weigh anything. Excellent. But the main reason I came here was obviously Eugene, the unique minigun variant. Standard minigun 232 damage. Eugene 264. Not exactly what I'd call spectacular, but worth having. Worth having. It's a cool little weapon to have. You can get it as a reward, one of your possible rewards for completing this quest, or you can just murder Brick and have it off her. So that's 3 of the 4 members of Riley's Rangers taken care of. So, and they did mention the 4th, Riley herself, and someone did point out to me I had left her alive back in Underworld. She's just in a coma in their infirmary. I know. I just wanted to save waking her up for now that there's all this wonderful news about the rest of her team. So I've just made it back to Underworld, and Riley's up and about. And apparently she's so pissed off about the whole situation, it's woken her out of a coma. Because remember, Riley was in a medically induced coma. But apparently she's so annoyed with this whole situation, she's popped out of that coma and run straight into the shop and grabbed a sledgehammer. So, yeah, apparently she's really quite annoyed about the whole situation in that regard. So, yeah, intriguing. I'm going to see if I can actually escape her. I'm kind of curious if I can use my powers to escape her. So just jump down. And then in here. And close the door. And then go into phase mode and hide around the corner. Yes, we're in caution. She has no idea where I am. Yeah, she's looking around. She vaguely knows what's going on, but not quite well enough.
I'm going to find you.
You know, I've got respect for this person. I do, but unfortunately, not enough. So, first things first. Let's just slow her down a bit. There we are. Crippled legs. Lovely. I've got a message from Brick. She said you'd know what it meant. To celebrate the fact you're dead. There we go. Oh, there it is! That's where Riley's head's gone. We've nailed it to the top of the door. Oh, that's right in the middle, almost in the middle. That's nice. That really adds to the whole underworld mythos thing. Beautiful. Beautiful work. Alright, well that means we've finally finished off Underworld for good. Her head's persistent, by the way. I'm assuming Moira's head's not still nailed to the wall around here, was it? Oh, that's interesting. The nails are persistent. The nail that pinned Moira's head to the wall is still there, but Moira herself has sadly moved on. Anyway, I think that's everyone. I think that's every significant settlement. I know there are probably there are some metros that have ghouls I haven't done, but in all fairness, it would take me so long to do those ghouls that 72 in-game hours would have passed and they would have respawned. As far as I'm concerned, if it's unnamed and it respawns after 72 in-game hours, I don't consider that I have to go and kill it. If I see it, obviously it will die, but I'm not going to go out of my way to hunt it down because, everything in this game respawns quite quickly, so I'm not going to hunt everything that respawns. But I think that's it. I think that's every significant named character in the main game that I can kill, and also every single quest completed, or rather failed, in a great many cases. So I was just about to record the outro for this episode, but then look who just showed up again. Shrapnel's back. Shrapnel's back, and he's helping me against raiders. Not desperately well. Shrapnel is just... I think Shrapnel is on his own kill everything journey. He's just gone around the wasteland killing everything. But he's better at it than me, really, because I don't think he's had a... He obviously... he's completely functionally immortal. Shrapnel is basically Batman of the Fallout universe. Bye, Shrapnel. Just can't kill the bastard, can you? Alright, drag him into the water. Drag him into the water. I'm just going to run away from him now. Shrapnel is the one person I flee before. I'm just going to leave him floating in the bay. And I'm hoping, when he wakes up, he's not going to be able to see me anymore. Alright, me and him cool? Yeah, me and him are cool. Alright, Shrapnel. Shrapnel. We're on the same side now. Anyway, yes, as I was going to say before that ended up, that means I think I'm done with all the main quests. And that means it's time to do Take It Back. That's not the end next week. Obviously, we've still got Broken Steel to do after that. But I think I've dealt with every named character in the main Capital Wasteland. Correct me if you think I'm wrong. Do tell me if I have missed anyone, and I will go back and deal with them in a later part during Broken Steel. But next time, yes, we're heading on to do Take It Back. It's finally time to deal with the Enclave over at the Purifier, and I'm sure everything will work out wonderfully there for me. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd. You're all going to die next episode, and this has been Fallout 3: Kill Everything. Thank you very much, and goodbye.